Follow Fox 29 on Twitter at Fox29Philly. Got something to say? Just tweet it. Get news, weather, and traffic updates instantly. All you have to do is follow Fox 29.
Los Angeles police discover new evidence that may be tied to the O.J. Simpson murder case. Detectives are investigating a knife purportedly found some time ago at the former home of O.J. Simpson. He was acquitted of murder charges in the 1994 stabbings of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. Someone apparently found the knife possibly during demolition of Simpson's former home back in 1998 and turned it over to now retired police officer. Police just found out about the knife last month. The weapon used in the killings has been a mystery for decades. Investigators are still trying to figure out if this latest discovery is authentic. Autopsy results for Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, reveal a deadly cocktail of drugs and immersion in water led to her death. A judge in Atlanta granted a request by the local media to unseal Brown's autopsy results. It comes 13 months after the 22-year-old has found unconscious in her bathtub, and more than 8 months after she died without ever regaining consciousness. Authorities say marijuana and alcohol, along with medications used to threat anxiety, led to Bobby Christina's drowning. Her death has been classified as undetermined, and as it's unclear whether her death was an accident. Her father, Bobby Brown, says he will continue efforts with a civil lawsuit in her death and the criminal investigation. Apple has a new ally in its encryption fight with the U.S. government. The United Nations backing the tech giant's refusal to break into the iPhone of one of the San Bernardino terrorists. The FBI has obtained a court order mandating Apple to write software that would override the iPhone passcodes. An order Apple has so far resisted. The UN's top human rights officials say the FBI is trying to force Apple to make the security and privacy of millions of people vulnerable to oppressive governments and criminals.
A successful case against Apple in the US will set a precedent that may make it impossible for Apple or any other major international IT company to safeguard their clients' privacy anywhere in the world.
The FBI contends the iPhone contains crucial evidence in its investigation. Apple says the government is asking them to create a backdoor to its devices. In Wisconsin, health officials are trying to figure out how a bacteria that does not usually cause infections in humans has sickened dozens of people. At least 18 deaths have been linked to the outbreak. The bloodstream infection is called Elizabethania. 44 people have gotten sick since November. Now investigators are trying to find a common thread between all the patients. Right now officials know all of them are adults, most of them are over 65 years old, and all of them have significant underlying health conditions. Disease detectives are testing water, skincare products, and over-the-counter medications. They're also interviewing patients and their families.
Where has this person been? Whom have they been in contact with? What have they been in contact with? These are extensive interviews, and then we comb through that information for common themes across patients to try to figure out what might be the source of this infection.
Health officials also say this strain of the illness has never been seen in the state before. The Centers for Disease Control has now sent a team to help the Wisconsin Department of Health. New concerns about the Zika virus tonight and how easy it might be for you to catch it. Why scientists are now talking about the type of mosquito that carries the disease. And the teacher quits after her private photos are stolen and shared with her students. The growing show of support for her and why the students who stole the pictures should be very sorry. A shocking discovery inside a North Carolina home. Animal control officers finding 90 cats living inside. It happened in Iredell County. Authorities say an investigation began after an officer noticed a strong smell coming from that house. 2 of the cats were dead. The rest are being cared for at local animal shelter. The homeowner told officers he had just 20 cats.
We know from experience that it can be as many as twice or even 4 times that. So 90 cats was a bit of a surprise for us.
Neighbors are shocked and say things just got out of control for the woman. Some of the cats may be available for adoption this weekend. The world's most famous sled dog race gets underway this weekend in Alaska, but the lack of snow is forcing organizers of the Iditarod to make changes, with tons of snow being shipped in by train. The ceremonial start in Anchorage will also be shortened from 11 miles to 3. A lack of snow makes it impossible for the sled to move. It's been one of the warmest winters on record in Alaska's largest city, so event organizers have been collecting and storing snow outside of Anchorage in case it didn't snow in time.
We didn't want to shorten the race, but our only other option left was to take it away from the city of Anchorage, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted the spectacle here, for our fans here.
There is still snow for the remaining 1,000 miles of the competition, but the snowpack is still below average. 85 dog sled teams are expected to take part in the race, which begins tomorrow. A young woman with a rare form of brain cancer has a very tough decision. The choice this brave team needs to make right now to save the future she dreams of after she beats cancer. And one couple's love story goes viral, not only for how they met and fell in love, but also for how he popped the question.
If you run across someone that you like or someone that sparks your interest, feel free to reach out. Don't be scared. You never know what could happen.
The big chance he took that all started with a simple tweet.